Guys, welcome back to another Mix MJ video. Today we're going to be covering Chapter 6 Season 3 weapons. Surprisingly, guys, it's actually kind of funny, but there are exactly half the amount of weapons that there are in Season 3 that there are in Season 4. We will only be breaking 14 weapons today, so it's actually going to be a pretty quick video. Alright, so with that said, let's get right started. And starting off dead last at number 14, we have the base Deadeye DMR, including its mythic. This is by no means a bad weapon. It just can't compete with the rest of this list. That's all I gotta say. It's a slow projectile DMR that does kind of mid damage, so honestly, how much higher can I place it? Let's just move on to the next one. And what would you know, I couldn't find a picture of this one, but at the number 13 spot is going to be the unstable explosive DMR, which is just the exotic version of the Deadeye DMR. So yeah, that's basically all it is. It's just an explosive version. But when that explosive version does hit, this thing can hit for big time damage. It's just that projectile speed that really gets me. So yeah, that's the number 13 spot. Let's move to the next one. Alright guys, double pre-buff, number 12. We got the Twin Fire Auto Shotgun. This will be including its mythic version. So the mythic and just the overall Twin Fire Auto Shotgun double pre-buff. This was like when it was still kind of atrocious. Was honestly one of the worst shotguns of all time, but now it's actually a pretty usable shotgun. But back then, before it had any major buffs, it was still pretty unusable. Now this is to the point where the weapons actually start getting pretty good. And at number 11, pre-buff, we have the unstable voltage burst pistol. In my opinion, this kind of weakens the hyper burst. Maybe if it didn't have a shockwave effect on enemies but only on you, I feel like it could have been maybe a little bit better. Or maybe just an electricity effect on enemies. I feel like they could have made this weapon a little bit better. But yeah, I feel like putting away your enemies kind of brings you at a disadvantage. So this thing, I mean, it's alright, but this is pre-buff version yet again, so nothing crazy. But yeah, pretty usable weapon. And at number 10, I got just the base Surge Fire SMG. This is by no means a bad SMG. This is a pretty middle of the road SMG. But this thing could use a damage buff or a fire rate buff, I feel like. It doesn't shoot fast enough to keep up with the current SMGs. Or it has too low damage to keep up with the current SMGs as well. Like if this thing was in the modern day, it would probably be placed. It's probably around the same as the Veiled, but like I feel like because the Veiled got buffed, it's a little bit worse than the Veiled now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Surge Fire at 10. Remember, not including its mythic version because apparently it wasn't in this season. And at number 9, this is pre-buff and including its mythic, I have the Hyper Burst pistol. This is by all means a pretty good pistol, especially after all the buffs. This thing is actually really serviceable now, and honestly, in my opinion, a top, we're gonna go 8 pistol of all time. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments below. Nothing more to say about this. It's a pretty powerful pistol. It feels a lot like a tactical pistol, if you guys know what I'm saying with the accuracy on it. But yeah, I feel like the buffs did this thing pretty well. Alright, next up. Alright, and at number 8, this is post-buff. We have the Outlaw Shotgun. This will not be including its mythic version. So if this was including its mythic version, I maybe would have pushed it a spot above, but that's pretty much it. So this is post buff. This is actually probably the best double barrel shotgun of all time, dare I say. Let me know if you disagree with me that or not. But yeah, so I think this is a really serviceable shotgun, pretty solid, but not quite enough to get it onto the top half. Let's get to the top half of this list. Alright, at number 7, doesn't have an image for this one either, but this is going to be the unstable Yoink Shotgun, or just the exotic Outlaw Shotgun. I feel like after the buff, this shotgun was insanely good. In fact, if you wanted to dare, I say, put it 2 spots higher, I think you could argue that you could. This thing is, I mean, off launch, this thing probably would have gotten at the number, maybe even last. This thing might have even gotten last place. But this thing got a damage buff of 17. You don't see that in an everyday shotgun buff. But for this thing, they did it, and they made it awesome. Let's get to the next one. So guys, this one's kind of funny, because this is pre-buff and pre-nerf too. So it's kind of like In my opinion, this is kind of going to be my hot take for the video, but at number 6, we got the Veiled Precision SMG, not even including the Mythic. So this thing in Chapter 6, Season 3 was hit with a nerf. This thing was hit with a recoil nerf, which means they added recoil onto this. They basically added 12% recoil, which is a big, like, nerf. So I'm kind of counting, like, before that. So before that, this SMG was honestly really good, and it was really accurate. It was really easy to use and kind of just easy to stack up damage pretty quickly. But now let's get into the top 5. In my opinion, another hot take for the video, but at number 5, including the Mythic, is going to be the Fury Assault Rifle. This thing actually had a chance to shine when the Hollow Twister was out of the picture. Now, to be fair, in my opinion, the other assault rifle on this list is a little bit higher. Not crazy higher, but still a little bit higher. In my opinion, that other assault rifle is a little bit better than this one, but this is still a very serviceable assault rifle. Does really good damage, really good fire rate, and a really good accuracy. Let's get to the number 4 spot. Alright, could not find an image for this one, but at number 4, I have the Unstable Frost Fire Shotgun. Now, the only reason this isn't at the number 3 spot is because of the glitch it now has. Now, if I did do pre-glitch, I would probably put this in number 3, but this is post-glitch, so it's going at the number 4 spot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then the glitch is basically each time you shoot a fire shot, your screen shakes severely, which can give you a massive disadvantage with your next shot, because it's going to be off-centered. So that's why I think I put this one a little bit lower, but it's still a good shotgun to use and gives off some nice damage. Basically just a golden sentinel pump with some abilities. Let's get to the top 3. Alright guys, and at number 3, I feel like I'm not sure if I'm going to upset or make people happy with this choice, but I got the Kill Switch revolvers. These will be including the Mythic. So these things are honestly pretty insane. I would, dare I say, call it probably the best revolvers of all time, but just the best revolver of all time. In my opinion, this is a top 3 pistol of all time. This thing is insanely good. Like, I think my top 3 pistols are Wrecker, Revolver, Mammoth, and Kill Switch. You can go either way with Wrecker or Mammoth, but then the Kill Switch just stands there at number 3, having a pretty clear spot. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to see what you guys think on this one, because I think it could cause a lot of controversy in the comments below. And guys, at the number 2 spot, this will be including the Mythic, is the Spire Rifle. In my opinion, this thing is underrated as crap. This thing does not get the love it deserves. This thing is, I would take this thing over the infantry, genuinely. Like, this thing is insane. 50 rounds, fire rate of 4.2 with some very solid damage, and a fire rate of 4.62 with the Mythic version. Getting up to the high 190s for DPS, not quite crisping at the 200, but it doesn't need to because it is insanely accurate. Puts up high damage numbers up into the low 40s. Yeah, I think this is a really good one, but I think you guys are going to understand when I show you guys number 1. And guys, at that number 1 spot, I think it was pretty obvious. It's going to be the Sentinel Pump Shotgun, and the reason why it's at the number 1 spot, including the Mythic. That means it can 200 pump, guys. Guys, the Mythic Sentinel Pump is genuinely a top 5 shotgun of all time. No glaze. Sentinel Pump, guys, I'm genuinely if I see these 2 shotguns on the ground, I'm genuinely, it depends, because if I see the Mythic Sentinel and a Golden Spaz, I'm taking the Mythic Sentinel. But if I see a Golden of both of them, I feel like it could go either way. Tell me what you guys prefer, Sentinel Pump or Spaz, because I feel like it's really close. Those are like next to next shotguns. Like, those things are really close. Sentinel Pump, a really good shotgun. It has been throughout the entire chapter. It's dominated through chapter 6 and has continued to be the best shotgun in the chapter and one of the best shotguns of all time. Alright, tell me what you guys think of my list. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.